call you.
I'll be there. Watch me running, boy, I'm running. Girl, I'm coming, boy, I'm coming. I'll be there. Watch me running. Girl, I'm coming.
See, anytime you want it, baby, and you got to have it, or just call me. Just call me. See, you don't need a reason, baby. All you got to do, my love, is call me. Just call me, and I'll be there. I'll be there. I'll be there. I'll be there. Watch me running. Boy, I'm coming. I'll be there. I'll be there. Watch me running. Boy, I'm coming. Hey, give it to me, waste no time. Give it to me right on time. Give it to me, waste no time. Give it to me right on time.
And that's just what we do. Give it to you every time, right on time, always on the morning time, indeed, here on the Star. It was since 2013, huh? Fimba, alongside the lady Karen Vera. That's some good music in this standing us here. Morning.
Yeah, we have some. We talented. We
Yeah,
talented,
yeah.
and that shows every year when you know we have the musicians coming out, and the good thing about it, Denny, is that every year somebody new pops up.
Yeah, that's true.
Every year somebody new pops up.
This year was JR. Poof.
JR, Spielberg,
Yeah.
Just
Boss.
Just Boss, exactly. So we have that uh, talent in abundance, and or people continue to show their creativity in every field, in the mass, in the calypso, in the soca, in the raga soca, and so forth. And I saw images of a boat going down to Grenada.
Yeah.
Um,
It was a catamaran, I believe.
yeah, catamaran going down for carnival. I really bold faced after I done beef with Grenada. I had the heart to go down there. Why one? That is what they call chuck shot. Ready? That is the you're going to do that anymore.
Chuck.
I tell you. But something, it just shows that we are one people. You know what I mean? We do we take we after a fuss and a fight and a breakup, listen, we go and party together. Whether it's in St. Vincent or Grenada or Trinidad or wherever, we come together as one people because the music in the blood, the music in the veins, and we enjoy it 100% as one people. Let me say good morning to all those on the live. Val, Isil, Faye, Doreen, Anika, Ev, and all the others who, Agostine and all the others who you might not have said hello or anything like that, but by right there, just good morning to you.
Tell
Good to you.
Ev by Sunday it's going to be 3-2. That's how I call it.
Yeah,
3-2.
India going to be next to games. You're right.
Well, exactly.
You're right. Kadi, good morning as well. Listen, I see a comeback. India came back in that whole game like, yo, and I'm thinking, boss, them look up to win the next 3 games. They bam, bam, bam. And end up with a 3-2 series win. But let me see what Audrey, good morning. It's cricket, lovely cricket, and hopefully by then Ev and Norris are gonna stop harass me because they ain't gonna tell me.
So let me talk about Elon Musk now. Sorry, not Elon Musk. What's his name? Virgin Atlantic.
Richard Branson.
Branson.
Yes.
Yeah. Bit of history this morning, should I say? Virgin Galactic taking 20 guns up into space.
My lord.
2 Caribbean people.
I remember somebody say, listen, when I go up, don't come back. Richard, Elon, when I go up, don't come back. Stop up there. Stop up there. Oh, listen to me.
Knowing that, somebody from the Caribbean. It's the first.
From Antigua.
From Antigua, yeah.
The modern daughter. Yes,
Mother and
sorry.
daughter.
Yes.
Yeah. Given the opportunity to get into space. The Galactic, of course, Virgin Galactic, owned by the billionaire Richard Branson. And
Then where am I go? Where am I go?
in space.
What do I look for?
They're spaced out.
Hello, listen, listeners, I don't want to speak too, but Please explain to me, what are they looking for?
You know, as of late, these persons with the dollars seem to be just pushing the boundaries. That's why we had that inflatable. Well, I call it
What
inflatable.
about
This,
go?
this,
What
this,
about
this,
look?
they call
Okay,
it.
at least then, hold on. Understand me, the dilemma. At least if you go in a raft under the water, there are things there, because you know,
Nobody
You
going
go-
under the water, the raft, and inflatable.
you're going to
They
see.
call it an immersible, but come on,
Right, right.
a submersible,
They
whatever.
in a dinghy, basically. They in the dinghy itself. Right? With the aid. That's what they know. Anyway, so you go see fish.
Uh-huh.
You go see different things. You go see underwater life.
Right.
So if someone says I'm going underwater, I know I'm going down by the Titanic for necessarily, but if I'm going underwater, it's something to watch. It is because I expect to see something under there.
You see something up there.
What do you mean?
You look back and see planet Earth from a different, a view that you'll never have.
Yeah, okay.
Priceless view.
You ever gonna plane?
Of course.
Right. You see planet Earth. You see planet Earth.
Yeah, but not in its oneness, so to
So
speak.
that's so you just walk out and see planet Earth.
Yeah, and see
Okay,
space.
See space. See real space. Real space. Head ways. And then when now when they do that, right? They telling you about people landing on and touching the moon and so on. Then I have seen rockets land on Earth.
Same way.
Are you on way? 'Cause
No,
you-
no, 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 no.
You see the rockets land. They land like a plane, they take off straight up, but they land like a plane. How is that happening on the moon?
No, no, no. We've seen what happened on the moon.
Listen, you see a simulation when I tell you, right?
So we're saying,
Sorry.
fellas never touched on the moon.
I never said that.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All I'm asking is, show me the runway and show me how the rocket land in the same manner as landing.
They are,
Or there are different kind of landings.
they're different types of landings.
Okay. There's crash landing.
Right.
There's no landing.
Some of the rockets come back and just land in the water. You know that.
Parts of the rocket fall off.
All right, there you go.
When they're going up, yes.
No, we're coming back down too.
What is the landing water?
Yeah.
Wait. How?
Parts of it as they.
No, but matter with the part with the people of Dina. Right. Apparently.
Dina.
The Ina. How does the land on the moon?
Let me get out to this. That's a different galaxy.
Different galaxy,
Let me- let
different
me-
space,
let me stay-
anyways.
let me stay in our zone.
So, Branson, yo, I don't know, but seriously, on a serious note, right? I don't know if something like that would interest me though.
You know,
I mean, no. The idea of flying to me is already frightening.
frankly.
Yeah. It ain't a big iron thing up in the sky. You ain't belong up there, right? You're on the board. Right? But at least I'm up there. I'm above the clouds. I'm seeing nothing. It depends. If I'm flying across maybe a landmass like maybe Europe or so on, you might be low enough to see below you and so on. But that's already a moment of awe and wonder, and of course there is the mixture of emotions where, boy, listen, watch what I did. Watch what I did. Right? The growing up when you talk about the sky, the only thing in the sky is board and God. Nothing else. Board and God. You look up and see board, and then you know God is somewhere up in the sky up inside. It's what we call heaven. Right? How much more? What am I going for further out and in a place where it's just space, it's just darkness? What am I going for? I'm seriously convinced that something like that wouldn't interest me.
Sure enough.
Nah.
I'm not going down on the day though.
Oh, well, as to that. As to that, I mean, I might do more money, but otherwise than that,
What man say? I ain't going down there tonight.
That's the only down there conversation I'm willing to have.
I see.
Not the submersible, not the Titanic.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Good.
Tammy said the only high she goes when she's smoking. I mean, she's more. I got that on radio. I got that on radio. But congratulations to our
Caribbean sisters.
Caribbean sisters who would be joining that exploration, that very historic event, being a part of it.
and I wish them all the best. Yes. Something historic is also happening in St. Vincent and the Grenadines today, this morning. 30 students are going to be awarded scholarships, the scholarship certificate by the Republic of China Taiwan. That's happening at 11 o'clock this morning at the Foreign Affairs Conference room. That's why I dressed up so this morning for my Friday. Fine, no, like, wait, what's this Friday? What's your dress up for? Yeah, jacket and tie. Yeah, jacket and tie. Yeah, and a new suit to it. Yeah, I don't know about the new thing, but listen, we're trying to say identity. I don't tell lies. You're into new times. I don't tell lies. I don't tell lies. Right. So that's happening this morning, and then that is historic because they are part of the first batch of 30. Because remember before that you had 20. So this morning, because of deeper cooperation and negotiation with the government and with both governments, the scholarships were increased from 20 to 30. Listen, so Vince is going there all over the place in Taiwan. And that is excuse me, historic. And that is something that our young people should be grateful and thankful for, that opportunity that never existed. My sister, you know, Audrey, and I will talk about Audrey and Terrence and so on. And let me talk. You know, there's a time in this country that your ambitions were limited based on what you saw around you. So what did you see around you? You saw tradesmen, and you saw police, nurses, teachers. Yes, you saw doctors, but they were of a different ethnic type, and so you never thought that you could have been one of those. You might have seen what we call dispensers, of course, the pharmacists, but some of them were local, yes. But again, depending on where you are, your dispenser again was of a type of a different ethnic type as well. So your ambitions were limited based on what was around you. And so you excelled in a limited way because your training, you entered into careers where you can excel with instant grandies. I'm trying to make this make sense. If you got into nursing, we had our own nursing school. So you could go nursing, you didn't have to leave St. Vincent and the Grenadines, because leaving St. Vincent and the Grenadines was a difficult proposition, unless it named Mrs. One, Miss One, Miss whatever. You had political connection into money. Leaving St. Vincent and the Grenadines was a difficult proposition. Only children of lawyers became lawyers. So if your daddy wasn't a lawyer, you weren't forward enough to think that you could become a lawyer. You weren't forward enough to become a lawyer. And as I said, forget doctor, because you see what the doctors looked like. But you had teachers in the community, and you had the centers where they went, those teachers who were going to the grades and so forth. So that if you became a teacher, you were able to get the training and development to reach a certain standard. And as a trained teacher, as a qualified teacher, as we call it, then you could reach as high as a head teacher. So you could, and I want to talk about this in partner Charles that's calling and whispering me ears, but Charles, if you call his man, don't whisper. So you could have gotten to the pinnacle, as it were, of your career with a teacher training certificate from the Teachers College. And that was done right here. We had your nurse in school. So you could become a nurse. Train right here. You work for years, you become sister, and so forth. You ain't gotta leave. And that's why I call Audrey name, because Audrey the nurse. Audrey is the nurse. So she could have done all of her initial training here. Of course, Audrey didn't decide that she going forward and decide she wanted a degree and so on, and she want to leave. But as they forward, as a poor people, that has won certain people belly. Because poor people get forward, poor people get bright. They want to study and water down the thing and come rub shoulder with me because you are degree too. You understand? So this
We could talk about my friend, this country girl from Byron, whatever, go university too. Listen to me, keep yourself quiet with a little nose strain and relax yourself. You walk up your shoulder with people. That's the problem now. That's the problem now. I went to teachers college. I'm a trained teacher. At no point did I, at the time, even though I had a sister, I have a sister, but I say had because the context then, who had done teachers college and had gone to university and so on. And I wanted to be a teacher. And there's a long list of illustrious teachers in my family. I wasn't thinking university and study. That's why when I was finished teachers college, I kind of felt lost because I was like, okay, I don't know. I'm a qualified teacher. I'm teaching. Next? Yeah, what next? I'm reaching maximum.
Exactly.
What next? What next? You do police, same thing. You go train in school, you train, you walk, you go outstation, that, you get a promotion here, there. You could reach commissioner without going to university. And we could look at the list of commissions that we had. It's only now we have a commissioner who's lawyer and all kind of thing, you know. It's only now, you know. It's only now I don't know Colin John history, so I can't talk about whether he forward or not to see who I go study law. I don't know, man. It's a St. Martin's, man, but I do. But I don't believe Colin John come from the.
I believe Colin has a law degree.
Yeah, Colin's a lawyer. He was at his office.
Exactly.
No, so I'm saying I don't know if I could describe his process in the same way I describe Arby's. No,
okay.
As a little upstart, little country boy, wherever he come from, who I go study law. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Going away, investing in careers that required external university training wasn't something that was popular that we entertained. Because who would be fricked? And then you had a public service commission where when you go, the chairman, who's now deceased, would want to know who your family be. Oh, that reached part of the interview. Oh, you still young, man. You don't have to go now. I mean, you could go another time. You're still young. What are you young for? So I let the boy hands in them who feel like young and feel like bright and they're 25 and 26 and 27 and they will go overseas, go study, boss. That ain't for you. That is essentially what the NDP told our young people over and over and over. That ain't for you. Stay in your lane. Know your place. You know, the Cuban scholarships wasn't a government scholarship. It wasn't the government that started that. It was the grouping of people like Ralph Gonzalez and so on, who were not in government, that started that. So the question I want you to ask yourself, is, where are the scholarships that the NDP deliver to us? I ain't joking. Ask yourself about that. Where are the scholarships that they left? You hear the talk about education plenty, and you listen to Olivier and them, and you might get the feeling that, you know, oh yeah, you know, let me listen to him because he might know what he's saying. And you ask, what scholarships? The Cuban scholarships, people studying Cuba, people like Dexter Rhodes and Bernard Hamilton and so on, they were not sent there because of a government-to-government scholarship. That wasn't started by a government-to-government relationship. So let's look at the scholarships that we now have for young people. And you ask yourself, which ones were initiated by NDP? Which ones were initiated by NDP? Can't be Cuba. We know it wasn't Venezuela. We know the students who went to Dominican Republic. It wasn't them either. It wasn't the NDP either. It wasn't those in Russia with that Richard, people like Richard and
Dr. Providence and even Marlon Stevenson and so on went to. Wasn't that? And that continues today. People like DJ Ligaments and so on have gone. It's not those in Turkey that people like Shabi and Denny and so on, who was at the mission in Taiwan, and Dr. McMaster and so on started and benefited from. Wasn't that? Wasn't Azerbaijan? People like Sian Marshall and there's a young man there right now, police officer, he's benefiting from. It's not those in Austria that many individuals benefited from, especially in the hospitality industry. Eh? We could talk. It's not those in Taiwan, definitely not. So do your best to point out to me which scholarships negotiated and initiated by the NDP. Well, full stop. What were the scholarships negotiated and initiated by the NDP? Tell me. Because they were not interested in educating people's children. They were only interested in educating a select few of their cronies and their close people. Keep the thing exclusive. They ain't watering down nothing. So they know poor people couldn't afford to go to UWI. And at the time, CAST. Many of you know about that now. The College of Arts, Science and Technology. Now, UTech. They couldn't go UWI. They couldn't go CAST. CUC was there. And the Adventists did their thing because CUC used to have a way you could go down there and work and do this and calpot and sell books and work with your college. They had and they probably still do have that type of program. Now USC. They knew that poor people, children couldn't go, but they had no interest in opportunities to assist the bright people of our country who wanted to go but couldn't afford to go. The Anthony Denny, bright young man, working in the bank, would love to go. Cargo. I thought I was on a cargo ship.
Yeah. You saw the news story about the three or four Nigerians who sat on the rudder of a ship from Nigeria to Brazil. You know, you gotta eating like back. What does go so? What does help Bishop Ton behind this? So they were in for 2 weeks. They had no interest in educating people's children. They knew we couldn't afford it, but they did nothing to assist us in getting it. But along came Dr. Gonzalez, a man who decided, boss, I want to build, I want to construct, I want to create with the help of my colleagues, my team called the Unity Labour Party, a modern, competitive, many-sided post-colonial economy. And the cornerstone of that has to be the educating of our people. And he knew poor people couldn't afford it to leave. Fully aware of that. What did he do? First thing he did, he expanded access to assistance. Student loan program. Something, I could bring it home, you know. Something that animators and the NDP criticize because that's what we're using the NIS money for, and we shouldn't use the NIS money for that. They're not for do the NIS, you know. It ain't about the NIS because that is the NIS investing monies because the student loan, I think is what, 8% or something like that, Danny? Somewhere there. 8%. And the students are paying back the money. So it wasn't the idea of the NIS lending the money to Vincentian students here. He probably was contemptuous about that, yes. but it was the outcome. They were going to use the money to fund their education. They had a problem with that. They had a problem with that. So he introduced a student loan program, the disadvantaged student loan program, offering bursaries, offering tuition assistance, expanding the number of national scholarships. But even with all that, he realized we were still not reaching a certain target. The number of intentions going to university was still not where the government thought it should have been. Mind you, all this time in the day, we second on every campus population, you know. First for non-campus territory, you know. So when they go Barbados, the biggest population Bajan, then Vincy's. When they go Trinidad, the biggest population Trinidadians, then Vincy's. How? St. Lucia, 200-something thousand people. So how come we have more Vincentians in Barbados and St. Lucians? Going to the population, wrong the same, about like ours. What's going on? The investment in the education of our people was and still remains a priority for this government. But even with all of that, we still realize we need to do more. And I've been to bilateral meetings with Dr. Gonzalez, especially when I was stationed in the mission. And anytime he meets a representative of another country, and they start to ask, how can we cooperate? What is the, we can do for St. Vincent and the Grenadines? The first thing that comes out of Dr. Gonzalez's mouth, scholarships. Scholarships. Scholarships for people, for students. And so we can say proudly we have students across every continent. Every continent. Because just now we have them in Morocco, that's Africa. So you have in Venezuela, South America. You have in the UK, Europe. You have in Asia. And that is because of the work of this government. Out there, looking for opportunities for young people, not trying to keep them down like the previous administration. And so when I get to engage young people who have benefited from these scholarships, because I will tell them, hello, I can't take anything for granted. I can't take it for granted. Because there are many others before who never even had the opportunity because it didn't exist. And there are many now. You know how many people apply for these Taiwan scholarships and they'll get through? Very competitive. Very, very competitive. So I am sure the 30 students who have been awarded today represent less than half of the applicants. I am positive of that. I am positive that the number of students, the 30 students who are being awarded today, represent less than half of the total applicants for scholarships this year. That's how in demand they are. And then they say when did it just start, they must couldn't forget applicants, They must couldn't forget applicants because they're far. The language. Scrunting to get applicants. No? Water, water, and flower. Because people are recognizing the value of education. And more specifically, in this time, an international education that allows you to be exposed to a different culture, including the language. People don't know Cuba because they're Spanish. And of course, because of somebody the propaganda spread by the West about what Cuba is and what Cuba isn't. But they go. They study. When I was there recently, I was able to meet students. There were 5 students who had just graduated Doctor of Medicine. 5. All females, eh? All females. 5 of them. Soon to come home to take their role, to play their part in advancing the health system of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. That would only be possible because this government continues to build that relationship and foster that relationship. These scholarships are out for people who want to apply for this year. I tell you, that's a government that is interested in the development of our people. That's a government interested in the development of our nation and recognizes that developing the capacity of our people through training and education is a cornerstone of any development thrust that we want to engage in. So this morning, I just see Savile. What is this? The same Savile because I started about Cuban doctor and I see Savile Murray is what I'm the same partner Savile Murray from Fitzhugh. May or may not be. Talking about Cuban doctor because Savile Murray from Fitzhugh, his son, Dr. Murray, studied in Cuba. Fluent in Spanish, district medical officer. A Fitzhugh boy, a Chateau boy. The students, the young people in Chateaubriand can look at Dr. Murray, can look at Dr. Christopher George, can look at Dr. Glenn Antoine. All local people trained by the people of the government of Cuba and come back home to offer their services. Can be role models. I will be like Glennet. I will be like Krista. I will be like Dr. Murray. I will be Dr. like them. You know how powerful that is? You know how powerful that is? It's not, I want to be a doctor like Dr. Some name I can't call. Somebody I don't know. No, I want to be a doctor like my neighbor. I call him doctor even before that. My neighbor, we grew up together. Dr. John, my dentist, Keith John, right next to me. I grew up as a little boy, wheeler, play cricket right in front of the yard. Dentist. He ain't live Chateaubriand anymore, just like me live Chateaubriand anymore, but at least it's like how people could say, see the boy for Fudger? That's about nickname. The same when Keith go down, they go say, the boy for Matley, because they about that maybe. Christian, the girl from Melrose. That's why we could speak like that and make it relatable. I understand how powerful that is. That's how powerful that is. The people of the children of the working class, the rural working class, are also excelling in professions that maybe we never thought. I mean, Krista was always a bright girl, but I know if Melrose used to realistically think that she going to have a doctor and she own doctor. I know she was bright because she went to a preschool and then I remember taught her directly. They were bright. You know you were bright. But did you realistically envisage that you would have your own doctor in your house. Because I ain't talking people business. I know Melody vex me. Melrose and Grenville, humble people to teachers. You may know Grandma Grenville George died recently, musician and so on. Humble people to teachers. Where they bring their money for send the picnic for the medicine? Where? Saville, a farmer, he's doing construction too. But where you going to get $500,000 to send his son Huey? Where? But you have a government that understands that and recognizes the need to assist the working class, to lift their standards. So that's why you have all government continuously going out and looking for training opportunities for people, for everybody across the board. And don't make me tell you, some centrally would say Dr. Edwards too, and people talking about Val, listen, chat will follow them, because we could also talk about them girls who had Heather Thompson, who married Martin Spring. We could talk about them girls too. We could talk about them too. Full of medical professionals. Something I don't know if Northley would thought that we could see in my lifetime, because we were so always marginalized. There was a time, Denny, Shatterbelly Northley with young men couldn't get into the police force because they were associated with marijuana. And so for the life of me, the police force wouldn't accept them. Yeah.
No, thing of the past.
Thing of the past.
Yeah.
And we girl who does harass you pantap like they call me name Nerissa. Big engineer. I don't know if Nerissa mom and dad ever thought, as bright as she was and as much as she loved argue and talk, and if she bright boy, my daughter could be an engineer. Not engine fire, not engineer. Yeah, it doesn't have engine fire who messing up things around the place, but she's not engineer, she's a good one. Yeah. Access to training, education, fostered, nurtured, in many instances, initiated by our government led by Dr. Gonzalez. It's the only way that many of our working class people in St. Vincent and the Grenadines could have gotten training. The only way. Simple as that. Simple as that. We can take a quick break. There's some bills. My parents a little tune here there. I like the day, man. And if you got but this is my government. And if you had they drop that give me before we come back, no problem. And we let people know of the work of our government, especially as Damon say, when I think about the education revolution, this is my government. We'll be right back.
Thinking of winning the lotto jackpot? Well, there is an easy way. Combo. Choose 4 numbers from 1 to 36. That's a combo 4 at a cost of $64. Match any 4 of the 5 numbers and win the lotto jackpot. There's combo 6, where you purchase 6 numbers for only $12. Match any 5 of the 6 lotto numbers and hit the jackpot. How about combo 7? That's a purchase of 7 lotto numbers for $42. Match any 5 of the 7 numbers and you will win the jackpot. There are also combo 3, combo 8, and combo 9 lotto plays. Visit the NLA headquarters in Pauls Avenue or WhatsApp 495-6886 for more details. Lotto, you have to be in it to win it.
Out with the old, in with the new. In the past, you complained when we failed. We listened and went back to the drawing board. At last, a new, fresh beginning. A fresh face. A new product. International Standard Metals A792 presents Galvalume, an aluminum roofing metal branded best used for roofing material, tested and proven to be of quality. Get wider coverage for the best prices on the island. We offer a variety of colors, including zinc sheets. Also, Take advantage of our unique roofing patterns, U-panel, industrial, and crimp Spanish style. Visit us at the Diamond Industrial Estate. Call us at 784-456-9900 or email bmlsvg@gmail.com. Galvalume, a product of International Standard Metals.
August 11th, there'll be thousands of dollars to be won. A lotto jackpot of $160,000. A new home, car, or that college education.
Lotto, you have to be in it to win it.
Next lotto jackpot, $160,000.
More updating, we supply high-quality engineered hardwood flooring, luxury vinyl planks, and a wide assortment of stylish trims. We also supply wall and floor tiles and tiling-related products. How about your staircase? We have railings, posts, pickets in metal, stainless steel, wood, and glass to make your staircase a piece. We offer personalized selection and shipping service from Canada to SVG. Contact Marlon on WhatsApp at 289-200-7649 or District Stairs on Facebook.
At the People's Pharmacy, we put our mission at the center of our name. We are people-centered, and every day we renew this commitment to providing products and services that help our valued customers lead healthier and happy lives. The People's Pharmacy fills prescriptions promptly and accurately, and also offers a wide range of vitamins and supplements, plus generic medication for everything from an upset stomach to the common cold. We offer toiletries and baby care items, skin care and hair care items too. All that coupled with a friendly, knowledgeable, and efficient staff to ensure customer satisfaction every time you shop. The People's Pharmacy offers extended opening hours, 8 in the morning to 8 p.m., Mondays through Saturdays. For more information, give us a call at 456-1170. The People's Pharmacy. We go further to serve you better.
More money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way. Super 6 a bigger jackpot game.
$290,000. That's the Super 6 jackpot from midday Friday, August 11th. It's $290,000.
More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way. Super 6
General Hardware still has the best prices on steel, lumber, and plywood. So go on, compare prices. And if by chance you find a better price, no stress. Just talk to the General, and they will beat that price plus give you special priority delivery. Yes, General Hardware offers free island-wide delivery on most purchases, so you never have to worry about getting your goods on site on time. Plus, shopping at General Hardware is a pleasant experience with friendly, knowledgeable staff always ready to serve. What more could you wish for, huh? So come to General Hardware for proper service, lowest prices, free delivery, and see why nobody beats the General. Nobody.
You can increase your chances of winning the Super 6 jackpot with a combo play. Remember, Super 6 numbers are from 1 to 28. Choose any 5 Super 6 numbers. That's a combo 5 for $69. Match any 5 of the 6 numbers and you will win the jackpot. Choose 7 Super 6 numbers for $21. Match any 6 of the 7 numbers and win the jackpot. There's more. Combo 8, where you purchase 8 Super 6 numbers for $84. Match any 6 of the 8 numbers and you will win the jackpot. There are also Combo 3 and Combo 4 Super 6 plays. Visit the NLA headquarters in Pauls Avenue or WhatsApp 495-688-6 for more details. Santiago Orthopedics and Traumatology Center in Capital City, Kingstown, specializing in bone, joints, ligaments, tendons, and muscle health. We offer PRP treatment, which supports wound healing in the joints, epidural treatment for lower back pain, hyaluronic acid treatment for knee pain, and much more. We also do minor surgeries and offer X-ray, physiotherapy, abdominal, joint, and pregnancy ultrasounds, cast and cast removal services. We are located at the junction of Level Gardens, opposite the Girls Guide headquarters. Our opening hours are Monday to Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and on Saturdays, 8:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. We also do home visits, and our services are also extended to the Grenadines in Beckway. every Saturday at Dr. Lugo's Clinic. Visit, call, or WhatsApp 530-7866 for Dr. Santiago Orthopedics and Traumatology Center, where preventing disease, relieving suffering, and healing the sick is our priority.
Stop what you're doing. I want to tell you about Automarine Coatings. In Villa, right on the main, you have a car, you have a boat, and you want them look nice. Now with the automotive, they are the official distributors of the Max Meyer car refinishing brand. It includes car automotive paints, clear coat reducers, hardeners, body filler, compressor fittings, automotive body oils. You have coolants, you have degreasers. So run down and check them out now. You're getting a 10% discount on all automotive paints. You have a boat, bottom primer, barrier shield primer. They also carry the anti-fouling paint, fiberglass resin, fiberglass matting. They have stainless steel bolts and screws, 2-cycle and 4-cycle marine oil, anchor chains, buoys and fenders. They have everything you could think of for your boats and for your car. So run down and check them out now. They're located in Villa, right on the main. Auto Marine Coatings. When they reach down there, check Bruce, check Michael, and they go work with you. At 10% discount, it's waiting on you. Let me go down there now. Auto Marine Coatings in Villa.
US to Beauty Store, The Beauty Shack. There you will find a wide range of items for ladies, from human and synthetic braids and weaves to half wigs, bras, panties, costume jewelry, handbags, purses, and a whole lot more. The Beauty Shack, guys, you're not left out, as there's a variety of colognes and gift sets to choose from. At The Beauty Shack, located on James Street in the same building that houses Eat Right Restaurant. Opening hours 7:30 a.m. until. Visit us or call 485-6681 for The Beauty Shack to make your true fashion statements.
Winning the Lotto jackpot? Well, there is an easy way. Combo Play. Choose 4 numbers from 1 to 36. That's a combo 4 at a cost of $64. Match any 4 of the 5 numbers and win the Lotto jackpot. There's Combo 6, where you purchase 6 numbers for only $12. Match any 5 of the 6 Lotto numbers and hit the jackpot. How about Combo 7? That's a purchase of 7 Lotto numbers for $42. Match any 5 of the 7 numbers and you will win the jackpot. There are also Combo 3, Combo 8, and Combo 9 Lotto plays. Visit the NLA headquarters in Paul's Avenue or WhatsApp 495-6886 for more details. Lotto, you have to be in it to win it.
Play for and win even more. National Lottery has more cash in store. 4 numbers from 0 to 9. In 5 grand with $1 in line. Play for and back it up too. There'll be lots of cash waiting for you. Choose for Monday to Saturday. Go get your tickets, it's so easy to play. When you play for, you'll win even more.
The tourism industry in St. Vincent and the Grenadines employs thousands of hardworking men and women, providing services as taxi operators, tour guides and tour operators, short-term vehicle rentals, and comfortable accommodations. Many have been trained, licensed, and approved by the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Tourism Authority. Be sure to only use tourism-approved service providers. A message from the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Tourism Authority.
Sandra, where you going in such a hurry?
Y'all, I have so much stuff I need to buy. I need to get to town fast. Plus, it's end of month.
But what you really need to buy, so?
Well, I need to look for a swimsuit for my pool party Sunday. I need to pick up my medication. And I need some nails to fix the door. And I have to get something to eat. Oh, yes. And I need to buy some grease and go back to get some money for all that.
Sandra, you can get all those things at the Joshua Center.
For true?
Yes, girl, everything.
The Joshua Center has everything for you, from clothes to decor, and even grab a drink and food. It's all here just for you.
Hello, leave Ralphie alone.
Yeah. Tell me why did Ralphie? Really, I don't understand. Sustainable development for this country.
GDP rose again 6.9%. Gas raised, not round people. Food raised, not round people. In fact, we subsidize the cost of food. We're hearing about world food crisis. Gravity holding things together. The ship ain't sinking underwater. No, no. Don't care what the haters want to say. Government for the youth is what I say. Educational development is the plan. More scholarships in the hand. So when I see the education revolution, this is my government. International airport more than a plan. This is my government. Healthcare improvement, that's a fact. No more leaking ambulances. Diagnostic center on the map. National library on the spot. So when I see the education revolution, this is my government. International airport more than a plan. This is my government. So when I see the education revolution, this is my government. International airport more than a plan. This is my government. I remember some sad days. If you fail common entrance, you was doomed. Get pregnant, join the drug trade, my God, cause you couldn't go secondary school. It's plywood building, he built to put me in. Thank God for the chance for learning. Everybody have a chance to go to school. Ooh yeah. Rich, poor, black, white or red. Education for the older head. Thank God for the opportunity. Universal access to secondary. So when I see the education revolution, this is my government. International airport more than a plan. This is my government. Healthcare improvement, that's a fact. No more leaking ambulances. Diagnostic center on the map. National library on the spot. So when I see the education revolution, this is my government. International airport more than a plan. This is my government. So when I see the education revolution, this is my government. International airport more than a plan. This is my government. I remember some people, they closed down the factories as they want. Be a vendor, plant lettuce in the mountain was the only job left there for a man. They bring helicopters to destroy the lettuce. My God, can you believe it? What was a man left to do? No jobs. The people bring guns to defend the lettuce. Crime and violence became a habit. Who is to be blamed for crime and violence? So many years, no housing scheme. They your cheap blocks galvanized and steel. Can these people be real? Could they? It's Ralphie, build low-income houses. Cross-country road, nearly finished. Bridge over Abaca, who would have believed it? Development, you have to see it. But you government, international airport and a plan. This is my government, healthcare improvement, that's a fact. No more leaking ambulances, diagnostic center on the map, national library on the spot. When I see the education revolution, this is my government, international airport more than a plan. This is my government, healthcare improvement, that's a fact. No more leaking ambulances, diagnostic center on the national library. This
is my government.
International airport more than a plan. This is my government. When I see the education revolution, this is my government. International airport more than a plan. I tell you, this is my government.
Yes, my good friend McGregor is on the live asking who sang that song. McGregor, that song is about what, 10 years old, 10, 12 years old.
Yeah, some of them.
Sang by a young Damon McTay. Currently the assistant general manager of public relations at NBC Radio, and the gentleman who started One News, St. Vincent, One News. Fantastic journalist and all around good young man. Used to be a lecturer at the community college. Valedictorian, at the University of West Indies, Mona campus. Bright boy. And he could sing about the education revolution because he is a product of the education revolution. And watch how Damon quietly just cataloged the development of St. Vincent and Grenadines in a song. Tell you, Robert Cabridge, you couldn't believe it. Diagnostic center. Yeah. He say they didn't build no housing scheme. They gave 3 blocks galvanized and steel. Could these people be real? It's real for build low income house. I mean, if you want a factual representation of the development of St. Vincent and Grenadines under the ULP, play this song. So when a man come and say, 5 billion rand nothing to show, you gotta be a dumb. You gotta be fool. Because with all of that is happening, you're not touchable. Or is I greedy and they feel entitled? Because I notice the people on the live at talk about Shatterblake. I don't talk about Shatterblake because that's one now. And they start that and people start to list out 2 girls for header. Then Dr. Glennet, and Krista, and Maury. They're medical doctors, and Keith, dentist. Yeah? These are products of the revolution. Young people who got the opportunity for training and development because of this government. Because I tell you something, while we would be correct in saying that the ULP did not start the Cuba scholarship program, the people now, like Dr. Gonzalez, now lead the ULP, who are the ones instrumental in starting it back in the 1970s. So it isn't a ULP initiative, but it just shows the level of vision that those involved in the ULP now had since way back when. Way back when. And so the question I ask still remains. Point to me the scholarship program initiated by the NDP. You know, they love to talk about what they left. Danny? They love to talk about what they left. Oh, we left this and we left that. When we left, this was happening, and when we left, that was happening. Tell me, I am not saying that you didn't. I ain't saying that you didn't enough. Notice what I'm saying. I'm not saying that you didn't. I'm asking somebody who knows, because I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. The first 6 years of the governance of the NDP, I was a little boy, just going to finishing primary school, going to secondary school. So I wasn't politically forced me in studying things like scholarship and so on, because we don't know them things. I'm not even sure if the word scholarship was a part of a lexicon just yet. I probably know word scholarship. Well, I probably did, because they used to have common entrance scholarship. So I probably do, yeah. You get scholarship for the past common entrance, right? All I'm asking for somebody who know, who older than me, who been there. My partner, Mr. Charles, Pastor Charles, former teacher for scholarship that was started by the NDP during their tenure. Or Richard might know. He he was in Russia, but he might know. Because there are people who follow this thing and who know this thing better than me. Obi should know. You think so, Danny?
Of course.
If it's
Obi
one,
will
but he should know. Obi should know. Obi should know the scholarships that the NDP started during their time. The government scholarship started by the NDP. I'd love some assistance.
Well, we have a call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Come on.
Apologize for not calling you because I didn't take the number from Denny when I was leaving the studio. And it's during the day yesterday evening I got it from the road. So I'll definitely give you a call this morning.
All right.
Yes.
That's fine. So good morning. And good morning to the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And most of all, to the people of the Unity Party. Dr. Gonsalves, good morning, wherever you are this morning. And my representative, Markham, Mr. Jimmy Bridge. Good morning. And Mr. Denny Anisian, I never knew so much of project and so much of work going on in Morocco. Until when I hear Mr. Bridge on the radio, naming them out and saying what is going on, what is this. And I think that our people should be very proud of this government because it looks for the poor, it looks for everyone, the sick, the wealthy, the poor and the needy, everyone. There is none left out. As he said, no child must left behind with the education and revolution. And I recommend him and I give my government all the praise and thanks for what he's doing in this country. Because when you really check long ago, you have a lot of children, boys and girls on the street from the time they come out of school. They leave school, some not even get a school even. And when you really check, now every living one have a chance to go to secondary school. And we have to know that this country develops so much because the poorest of the poorest children now, you're getting doctors, you're getting lawyers, and you're getting accountants, all kind you're getting now because no child left behind. Who don't get something now is who don't take the opportunity and make use of what they get. And we must thank God. We got praise and thanks for this country because we was down at zero. Don't mind what you hear the NDP saying. Don't mind them because they will tell the people anything to try to pull wool over the eye that if they could get a chance inside them. I know really running nobody, but man put people in government. When they get there, you can't talk to them. They throw down, they take stone on your church. They go and some go and grave. We take our feet, we don't put it. All this kind of people that we were through on government in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Well, we lack up again because there's a favor up above watching over me and over you. And every man have an unguarded moment. And let me tell you something. They're talking about the churches. I think the church is doing a lot, you know, because every living day you hear the gospel over the radio. You get it from Streams of Power. You get it from Spiritual Baptists. You get it from Adventists, Jehovah's Witness. Some of them I don't even know their name. But every living day, you hear it on the television, you see it on the television, you hear it on the radio, social media, and they warning you to do good and not to do bad. The devil doesn't love people and the devil doesn't tell people. And that's put into all. But if you sit back really and listen to that college that you make. They warning the young people, and whether young and old, is telling you to be careful and keep from behind the wall because there is nothing good behind it. So, Mr. Denny, you have a good day.
Thank you.
Thanks for the time and the patience.
Buddy.
All right, sir.
No problem. Then I just read an article, right, written by, it's in the Social newspaper. I did, and I want to read a bit of it. Richard says, see on ideas regards government scholarship program, there were a view offered by Cuba's Fidel after James Mitchell had made an official visit, but that was it basically. Of course, there were the ones, I think there was a few. There were the one, of course, there were the one or the other that we got, not because it was government's policy, but because these countries offered it. In short, there was no government, none on this matter. All right. So there was no government to government scholarship program developed by the rudderless NDP. So let me tell you what I read this morning. Where is it now? We got no shoot, but it's in the Searchlight newspaper. The leader of the opposition, Godwin Friday, is questioning the value and benefit of the education revolution. According to Godwin Friday, he said that many students go and finish college and so on, they can't get jobs. And people are sorry. We meet parents and so on who are sorry because their children are unemployed. Now, I'm going to try and analyze that discussion a little bit. Because it seems to me that Godwin Friday is saying the only reason we educate our children is to get jobs. Full stop. The only reason we educate our children, we basically send them school to get a work. Send them college and university to get a work. And so according to him, if after being trained and they come out, the government, based on the article, like there's no private sector and so on, and there's no entrepreneurship. If after coming out of university, the government cannot employ that person, then the education was a waste of time. I'm trying to read the thing, It's on Searchlight newspaper. Let me look for it. It's on Searchlight newspaper. What's that? Give me. Oh, I think I know it now. Yes. Let me put on my spectacles. Yes, and read it properly. Leader of the parliamentary opposition, Dr. Godwin Friday, has questioned the relevance of the education revolution in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, as many young persons remain unemployed after completing college. The president of the New Democratic Party, NDP, raised questions about the education revolution on Monday, August 7th, as he spoke on the party's New Times radio program on Nice Radio. He stated that in this country, there are parents and grandparents who feel sorry for the young people who have completed secondary school and college, but still can't find a job. Dr. Friday, someone who aspires to be leader of this country, is saying that if someone goes to college or university, and when they finish, the government cannot or has not employed them, then their education was irrelevant. You see what I was telling all this morning? That these people have no interest in educating and training our young people. I am wondering if how many years ago, when he went and studied law, if he thought he was coming back to be employed by the government. I doubt, but he still went. He didn't see it as irrelevant going and studying his law, regardless to whether or not he could get a work in St. Vincent. But he didn't see so stupid that he could tell them, listen, if you feel, essentially, what Dr. Friday is saying is if you don't think when you don't study, you could get work, don't go to school. It's irrelevant. School is irrelevant.
The message is, if you do not think you would be employed by the government when you complete school, don't go. Drop out. If you're in college right now and you're studying physics, and you think, well, when I done with college, with my physics or chemistry associate degree, me and me gonna work on government now, drop out, because education is irrelevant. Because the idea and the objective behind going to school and learning and being educated, the relevance of that is to get a work. And if you don't think that the government of St. well, not just to get a work from the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And so if you don't think, you look at the thing and you hear them talk and or the economy mashing up and it going to hell in a handbasket. So if you don't think, Eddie, Richard sent a message to keep on your phone. Check it again. If you know that the government of this country will be able to employ you when you're done, drop out now because your education is irrelevant. What a man. What a thing. What a man and what a thing. So the idea that once you're trained, you're employable is irrelevant.
Got some brew. Is that the word?
Hutting tag. Why baby? Maybe.
Guten Tag.
Guten Tag. That's good.
How are you doing, sir?
Hey, good morning. How are you doing?
By the way, Richard, before you start, hold on,
Yes.
Before you start, I know this is irrelevant, That's not what you're going to say, but I saw the innocence of a post perverted in the most ridiculous way on your page. The only problem I have is that you actually, what you always you dignified it with a response. That's the only problem I have.
No, I could understand your point, and I could, but I think you know, CN, as a student of history and a student of international relations, etc., and a student of law. Sometimes, if you don't respond to evil, it parades.
I know.
And becomes a champion.
I know.
You understand?
I
It's
know.
not every time we need to respond. I do agree. But when you want to accuse me of being a pedophile, you understand what I'm saying? You have gone too far.
Yeah.
And I have to put you in your place.
That person,
You see, there are times
you see the energy, and I realize that the energy coming from the person was where the pedophilia is. That person is the sick person. That is the sick mind. Because if you could read that innocence and see pedophilia, then boy, you sick.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I mean, people across, my friends across Europe, from England to Germany to France, have said, what? Inbox me some people put it up there. Like Jackie Weeks and others. And like, what the hell? What is this person sick?
No, the person
You
is
understand?
the person is a pervert. The person is clearly a pervert.
Yeah, you know,
to pervert what they did.
I just found this, but
Yeah.
and as you know, Cian, most times I don't respond. If anything, I will remove it. But there are times if you don't stand up to evil, as Martin Luther King once said, you understand? There comes a time when you become tired and fed up, you understand? And you have to respond to evil, and that is what happened there, because I am truly. I think this very much about me. You yourself have said it about me. I'm the kind of person who basically is above and beyond those kinds of things, and I remove myself from them completely. But one of my daughters, when she saw it, she got insane, irate, and she's like, "Oh, you got to sue them." I said, "Well, I don't know this person. And she was like, she was livid about this thing. And she said, no, Daddy, look, this can't work, And so one of the things I think Cian, and you've said it time and time again, let us take politics. There are people in the NDP who want to make you frightened and cower by their voice.
Of course.
You understand?
Of
And so
course.
you will not stand up and speak to them.
Yes.
Right? Look, we know, we have the evidence that you never abuse your wife, for example. We know this. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
We know. I know. I have the evidence. I know. You understand? But the moment you point out to them, listen to me, you're talking ignorance and foolishness. I remember one journalist, who actually, and I told you to sue him and you didn't. You understand? You didn't. You know what he wrote? You know what he wrote?
Yes.
Sean Marshall, the diplomat who boxed his wife in her face. He didn't use the word alleged. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or anything of that sort. And I told you, swear, and you refuse. You understand? But anybody else, if it were me, I would have sued him. He would have had to prove that I boxed my wife in her face. You understand what I'm saying? So sometimes this kind of evil sin, you have to answer it. Sometimes, and you don't accuse Richard Byron Cox of those sort of things, of a heinous crime like that, and I don't respond to you. No. I would destroy you. You understand? I would destroy you. You don't do that kind of nonsense to me. So thanks for giving me the chance to say why. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I responded in that.
No,
Thank you very much.
I just from the way the comments were made and the rush to comment, I'm like, this person's a pervert. This person is definitely a pervert. And the thing about it, Richard, what I hate most about these things is that, so I went to look to see who is this person, but there's nothing. There's no photo. So it's a fake account of a pervert coming on Facebook to try and pretend to be holier than thou. Craziness, man. Craziness.
Yeah,
Anyway.
but you see, as you know, Sian, right? At the Second World War, the Prime Minister of Britain, as you know, was a man named Neville Chamberlain. You remember that, right? And he appeased Hitler and appeased Hitler. Hitler went, took over part of Czechoslovakia and took over the whole country. You understand what I'm saying? And he decided that he's going to do everything. And he's going to take over everything. And then he went to Poland. And Churchill, a criminal, because Churchill is a criminal in history, is a man who committed crimes against humanity. The famine in Bengal alone, which caused more than 3 million deaths. You understand? We know. Churchill is partly responsible for that. But Churchill said, listen, we can't appease the tyrant anymore. We have to answer him. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
That is how the Second World War began. After Adolf Hitler went to Poland in 1939 on the 1st of August. You understand? That is what happened. Now, let's come to why I called. Then you might not remember. But I called in one morning, then he was tackling the same issue. And I gave a comprehensive understanding, you understand, as to let people see how absolutely, and you could stop me if you want, but how absolutely dotish is the policy enunciated by the leader of the opposition. He is saying that if we can't give you a job to go abroad, you understand, then look now, done with this education business.
Yeah.
This education revolution is foolishness.
Yeah.
And I remember, I spoke to Denny. Denny might not remember this.
I remember.
About 15 minutes explaining this thing. In the first place, you have a lot of people who want to have an education, but they don't want to work with nobody. You hear me?
Right.
They just want to get the skills to start their own business. Don't you know this? Listen to what you said this morning a while ago. You said Damian McKay started what? One news. Did you say that?
Yes.
Damian came home and with his skills started One News.
Yep.
These are young people in our country who don't want to work for nobody.
Kenton started
What
Eyewitness
they want
News.
is the skill.
What
You give them the skill and they will set up their own business.
Whether you like him or not, and I'm not saying you as in you, Richard, an individual. Kenton started Eyewitness News and he's doing well.
I rest my case. You understand what kind of foolishness is this? This man is absolutely dotish. Absolutely dotish. You understand? Secondly, so the private sector in the country doesn't need professionals.
No.
The private sector don't need professionals. So we can't train professionals who will then go to the private sector and work. No, because the private sector don't need professionals. This is dotishness. Then let's take Richard Byron Cox, a man who speaks several languages, is trained international. We can't get them a cook home. Do you understand what I'm saying, Sian?
Right.
So people like Richard Byron Cox should never ever exist. No. You see? or if I can't give you a work, it have young people, who understand, that education is more than a work. And seeing you know that about me. I mean, my greatest love is not what I'm trained in, law and international relations and diplomacy. My greatest love is philosophy. You know that. You understand what I'm saying? Education is not just about getting some kind of technical skill to go and work someplace.
Yeah.
It's nonsense.
Yeah.
But then we expose and then say, you know what? That go work in Sydney, I go work. You understand? And that go work, but I go work. They learn certain skills. But more than that, Denny, more than that, Mr. Marshall, we have what is called a tourism industry. And we have to have an appreciation, you understand what I'm saying, of several things. Not just that people come to our country and we appreciate them as foreigners and so on, and they have a different culture, but language. You understand? Language. There's a certain man, I wouldn't call his name, who have a business down in the Grenadines. Listen, I gone down there. Yeah, the guy come back from university, gone down there. He carrying out with stupidness. He can't talk English so good, and so my father now hold the business and said, so what do you speak? He said, I speak Spanish. Father just watch me. So I turned to him and said, ¿Qué tú quieres? Dime por favor. What do you want? And he was shocked. I said, but your Spanish is very poor. For you to, he said, sure. So he said, introduction. I said, stop the nonsense. Your Russian is very poor. I'm not I just call him Dennis. His name is Dennis Ford. Dennis will tell you this. That happened on my road. The man got up and left the place. You will shock. That is what education does, boss. You understand? This foolishness that you ain't going to send our young people to educate themselves, to improve their mind, to understand the different culture, to have an appreciation of an overall process of development. It's absolutely nonsense. I know your program, we have gone over time. I've called it out because me and Terry discussed this, and he's probably don't remember this stuff.
I have recollection of it.
I called in and I discussed this with him for 15 minutes. This man is an absolutely dotish man. He's an absolutely dotish man. I rest my case. Sorry about it, but you see, when we deal, Sian, let me tell you something. Rather than this, government is not a part of the entertainment industry. You understand? It is not a part of the entertainment industry. People like Godwin Friday belong in the circus. That is where he belongs. Because this is not an entertainment business. Look, I know Prime Minister Gonzalez said this. That is only in 2017 at a conference, listen to me, that Godwin say he now understands what is climate change. Could you imagine? Could you imagine the dotishness of this man? The climate change agreement was worked out before 1982. They adopted it in Rio in Brazil in 1982. That is when they agreed to it. Do you understand what I'm saying? 2017, a man who wants to run a country that faces some of the most serious ravages of climate change does not know anything about it. That is why he is not interested in education, because he is uneducated. We must not confuse
certification with education. Absolutely.
He might be certified as a lawyer. He is certified as a lawyer.
Yes.
That does not make him educated, my dear sir. It does make him educated, my dear sir. So we must understand these
because
things.
clearly
this is something, Sian, we could discuss in detail one of these days.
Because Richard,
because
clearly,
the program is way over time, but
based on what he's saying, clearly he only acquired that certification so he could get work. He did not take the time to educate himself. It's clear. It's absolutely clear.
Precisely.
Absolutely
he has
clear.
no concept, Sian, as to what is education.
Absolutely clear. Yeah.
So thank you for entertaining me. As you know, I'm always passionate, but in particular, I always tell people, St. Vincent come first, second, third, fourth, fifth. You understand? In my world.
Mhm.
You understand? When we
Mhm.
talk about the development and the progress of our people.
Mhm.
Thank you for entertaining me. Good morning.
All right. Thank you. Yeah, when a man who's certified at the highest level, PhD, philosophy is highest degree. So he's certified at the highest level. Can make a comment like that, telling young people that I don't know how relevant the education revolution is, because after you leave college and possibly university, the government can't employ you, the government can't give you work. I don't think the education relevant. I don't think how can someone with such high level of certification be such parochial in his understanding and his analysis? How? That frightens me. Can't they get work in the private sector? Can't they get work outside of St. Vincent and the Grenadines? You see, if Justin Robinson, not to. No, go ahead. Go ahead. Gentleman says and asks the question, where are the jobs? Yeah. The same people came and said jobs. Yeah. So now that you're educating, at least it should say, let educate all you so that when we take over, we go find. So we're going to employ Nancy Robinson, the family, Thomas St. Martins, who was denied opportunity by the likes of the NDP and Kenneth John. Let me call him. Had followed that line of thinking and said, boy, me ain't going to study now because with the way how the NDP treated my family here, no working day for me. So education is relevant. He would not today be the chairman of the NIS in Barbados and the dean, the vice chancellor of the University of West Indies in Barbados. He ain't working here. And that's somebody who the NDP ensured did the level best to make sure he not get no opportunity. And there are many others like him. It frightens me and it saddens me that someone who is certified at the highest level can be so narrow in his understanding of these things, to be telling young people that education is irrelevant if you can't get a job from the government. Because I know you ain't in the private sector. Because in the private sector, as any specific marine biology in the government, that's irrelevant and there's a waste of time. What? But, and it explains why there was such little regard and emphasis on the training of the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines under the NDP. Now you understand. Between 1984 and 2001, they didn't think that they could employ nobody they need. So they weren't training anybody. When we sit down here, that voting the NDP would be back the class. Statements like these. Statements like these prove that during 1994 to 2001, there was very little of the community college. You had 100 and something people total at A levels. And the idea had to have been, well, we can't find work for all of them, so we can't educate all of them. That is why
You had only 39%, 38% of our students were in secondary schools. You couldn't do universal access because in your mind, you ain't have work. And of the 38%, the 700 and something students that will pass every year, by the time graduation time come, might have half of them graduating. And we are focusing on expanding post-secondary education, and they're sending about university because in the mind of we don't know if you could. They lost in 2001. And 22 years later, on the 7th of August, the now leader, there was Mitchell, there was Eustace, and it was Friday. And 3 generations of leaders later, still thinking the same way. If we can't find work for them, we don't. Young people, listen to that. Listen to that. If we can't find work for them, if we can't hire them, and I'm telling you, no government in the world can absorb everybody into happens in every country. I'm sorry for all you. If we understand that would push us back to a situation where